Whoa, it's Wulzy. Welcome back to the Geometry Dash building video. In the last episode, I lost my background and I finally got it back for this episode. Sorry for the little dud yesterday. My apologies, man. Dude, this is what we ended up with yesterday due to a scale bug. I lost like a couple of levels, I think, but we have our actual level here. I have a start pause here just to work on the next section for this video. What I'm thinking of doing is just quickly putting like little black base blocks underneath all of this because we have this motion blur that's going behind everything and making more layers. Even though this just looks like a few black blocks, if we go and play it through in normal mode, just like the rest of it, it's going to be going around in that 360 direction. That's mainly what I'm going to be attempting in this video alongside the next little bit of gameplay. Here we go. So we're transitioning out. That white in the block's going to disappear, and then we're going to have those little black blocks. In the last video, we did set this object, which is on group 33, to move away from the screen, but I want to like make it visible that it's moving away, right? We have the section. Boom, they're all gone. We should probably make the spikes black too. We can bring down a gradient from the top. I can never find the trigger that I'm looking for. Here it is, gradient. Okay, let's set this up early. What's our next free? 36. Okay, so we're going to put this on vertex mode, which makes it so each group ID we put in here, which is bottom left 36, bottom right 37, top left 38, top right 39. These are going to be groups for the corners of this gradient, which is going to be on, I think, just the background layer. I don't see why not. I like using stars as markers. I don't know. We'll make this 36. So now this is going to be the bottom left corner of this gradient. You can see it's now like diagonal. So then we'll just put another one a little bit further across. This can be bottom right. Okay. And we're just going to go up by 2 and start making the top right and the top left corners right here. Now if we set the gradient to have a color on it, which is going to be black. Which side is that? Oh, using the actual trigger itself, you can control which direction the gradient is in. You can do all sorts of things with this, but I'm just going to make this kind of sweep down. So we're going to take these bottom 2 stars, give this a group 40, and move this down the screen. Okay, move 40. And we're going to do like a ease in out. Let's say 2 seconds. We can move it down like 400. Can't get this to look smooth going down. It kind of looks smooth, but the motion blur ruins it. So at this stage of the level, only B3 is being activated by the shader. So what I'm thinking we do is we subtly shift it to include B4. Then the next frame can include B5. The next frame can go all the way back into the background. Then that gets rid of the shader blur. Gotcha. Okay, so the shader blur was because it was only happening on B3 and then showing some of the background, I'm guessing, is like a placeholder. I don't know how that really works, but now that I'm including the background, it's gone. If I grab this layer and just pulse it to be a certain color, let's grab it 42. Okay, so as we're going through, 42 can pulse on like 0.5 seconds, maybe fade off in 1.5 to red. Then the blocks are gonna go red and do the blurring thing again, which is cool. It's just lacking a little bit of like punch, you know? So maybe what we can do is we can just hold this on like 2 seconds or so. Okay, here's what I'm thinking of doing just for the blocks so far for the transition. I don't really know. I think it's smooth. I think it works. Apart from that weird movement at the end. I'm in a test level here that is just using an enter rotate trigger on a few blocks just to see if I can find like a cool length that works out. Just to try and make some kind of effect on the blocks that looks cool. Except I just don't know how to make this work. Like what to put the offset as to make the blocks stay the same as I get there. I just don't really get it at the moment. I'm just trying to figure out like a cool number that's going to work out pretty nicely that I can apply a bunch of entry transitions. This is working. Look at that. We pass it and it's vertical. That's perfect, I think. If we apply an enter scale, etc., I think we could go crazy with this. So let's just keep placing these triggers. And once I figure it out, I'll just put it in the actual level. If I just scale this up by... Ooh. Can I put minus? I think I can put minus here, right? That's not going to crash. Thing is, you can't test this in the editor. It just looks like it does nothing. It's in normal mode that it really applies. So let's just see. That looks cool. I don't even know what I just did, but it looks sick. If I can put like a tiny little movement on it as well, we can definitely put these 3 triggers into the level. I just feel like it's easier to test them in a side level where you know you're not going to mess anything up. I find that length 100 and offset minus 20 is working out really well here. Let's just put movement of 10. That should do. Unless that's going to move it above where they already stand. Ooh! Okay, we gotta be careful. We don't want to move them too much. Just for this cube part that I'm gonna make, I was gonna make some kind of game mode, but I think a cube's just gonna work better. If I just place these triggers down on the trigger, and we have a zoom out camera trigger that I don't think I filmed myself placing. It's just a 0.75 zoom out very quickly. Let's just see. If I then place some kind of... Oh, I could do a spider orb straight away. Like right here, that goes down into a swing copter and a purple pad. That seems like it'll work pretty well. If I just put a pad here, and a swing copter, just with like 1 or 2 clicks, nothing too long. The zoom out should give it a lot of sight readability. Let's place a start pause right here. Is we should place these objects on another channel. So let's just go straight ahead and put these on channel 1. And what this is going to do is it's going to allow us to put these enter triggers here. So we can specify those specific blocks to be transitioning, and we can apply this effect like super early to make sure that these blocks get the full movement in as we're going through. So let's just take a look here. This shouldn't be too difficult to sight read, otherwise I should nerf it. It didn't work. That's very interesting. Enter channel number 1. This lets you specify a specific object. I have these objects placed on number 1 though. No, I don't. What? Did I not do that? Why is it letting me change the channel multiple times? Huh, this is peculiar. I might need help with that one, guys, not gonna lie. But now, just so I can make the gameplay for this episode, I'm just gonna set these to the regular channel. And we can just continue making regular gameplay. It's just gonna swap around. I kind of want to mix it up with different clicks because I'm kind of tired of click sync. I feel like Redemption Arc had a lot of that, and I want to switch it up for this level. So instead of having the I want to just sync like specific things. I was gonna have to assume that this transition is gonna work eventually if I can figure out the channels. Oh, that is really hard to read. Oh my goodness. I think the scale is definitely getting in the way, but that's kind of an important one. I don't know how to fix this. What if we put the scale as 2.0 instead? That's kind of lame. Oh, wait. It's because I was putting a negative to try and make it scale from down. That's better. Okay. Now we need more movement. What I might do real quick is just make these touch triggered. Oh man, I'm just too scared. Touch triggered effects are now definitely going to be my go-to just to prevent any kind of bugs. Okay, so right now in this move enter effect trigger, I have got a move angle of -50 and the distance is 5. And I'm not really noticing the blocks move to the left that much. And I'm wondering why. And I realized that the move angle is kind of like a multiplication of the, or it takes into account at least the move. So it's only moving 5 on that angle. It's not like it's moving 50 to the left. If that makes sense, I don't know how to explain it. So if I want this move angle to take more effect, I just have to amplify the move distance to something like 25, and then I'll see it move like in front of me and away from me, just so you can see the object a little bit more clearly in the distance before you get there, you know? It's like a 2-block buffer-ish. I like this idea of using the slopes to have the wah-wah. It's just a little bit off sync, but it looks cool. I'm gonna do a little bit of repetitive gameplay just because I've been a fan of doing that recently. I'm not gonna lie. Just having some recognizable, fun, repeated sections of the gameplay. I wonder if I can do some sort of switch here with the swing copter. It hits a spider orb and then switches on this slope to go down. Maybe I can put the spikes a little bit further across here, because then that'll go, yeah, that works. And then I can do a quick click to exit. I think that's a smooth way to use the swing copter. It might be a little bit weird at first, but if I put indicators, it should be fine. Yes, that's awesome. This slide here is kind of inspired by Vlak's level. I can't remember which one, but it looked really cool. One last change before I playtest with the goofy effects. I'm going to put this black orb with a J block to stop you from jumping. That's just going to send you into this pad here. That's going to lead into a yellow. And I'm going to test from here. Okay, this looks amazing. Nice. And then we can have some sort of effect on the cube here. Just need to fix that sync up a little bit. I like zooming out with 4 times because 4 times always felt too stressful for me before, but with the zoom out, you can definitely see. This can be a robot, which is going to have a pad as well, and we're going to put a big 3 times here instead. This is going to be extended upwards, of course, with the hidden stretched version behind. Warp, ba-boom, just like that. Back to normal. The camera's going to be normal after this. Let's just take a look here. Yeah, nice. And then just my favorite thing just to regulate the level is just putting a spider orb right here. So now I'm going to learn from my lessons. I'm going to disable this start pause and go back from here. I'm so good at editing now. I'm not really. I'm terrible, bro. I'm learning though. This level's going to be my learning curve. Making readable gameplay, making good effects that aren't blinding. I can't wait, dude. This feels great to play already. Yes! That looks so sick! Oh my god, I nailed it. Ooh, the zoom's different. Interesting. Oh, free mode. There we go. It's an edit object. I feel like to make this as fair as possible, I have to give as much room as possible going into the wave here. Yeah. This works. Oh my god. Awesome. Let's test this whole 3 times section, and then we can just conclude the video with the levels so far, if it works out well. Yeah, that's perfect. 1 attempt, Wulzy, and then we go into this new area. Entry transition section, which is really tame. It works. The camera's zoomed out, allows the 4 times to shine, but this gameplay is actually... Ooh, that's hard. It's actually so fun once you put it all together. Oh my goodness, that part's scary. Whoa! Okay, we definitely have to do something with the camera here. It's too far in. We have to go to like 0.9 or something, like a point... something like this. Yeah, with the combination of block transitions and the high speed, it's just not great to have the camera on 1 time speed. I actually quite like the fact that this is zoomed out a little bit, because we're going to have some really high energy around the edges of the screen. We're going to allow it to feel like really climactic going into this section, which is what the level needs, to be honest. And this just looks so cool, everything just scaling towards me. Nice! Yeah, hope you like the level so far. We'll be decorating that sometime next week. My upload schedule is all out of whack because of what happened in the last episode of this series. But yeah, thank you so much for watching this Geometry Dash building episode. Leave names in the comments. I've got to choose one. It's called New Level at the moment. Check the links in the description. Leave a like and subscribe, and have a good day.